there's always exceptions, but for the most part, with the three-sided arrangements, is that if you put your fern in, it's liable to be sort of fan-shaped and ruin your line. This is a little sleeker definition. I'm only using partial pieces. There's, you know, hello. Try not to hurt yourself with the fern. Seriously, take it back.
Using
Okay.
big pieces. Yeah, those are good-sized pieces. Using big pieces.
Well, fairly big, but not as big as the, you know, I mean, I took that much off that one. What I'm doing is I'm sort of establishing the bottom of the triangle, if you can visualize the triangle. Then these double pieces then can actually kind of go in like so, just to build up the filler part. Okay. Again, don't keep taking off little pieces. It takes you forever to use them. And it's not the fun part. Okay, now I am going to come smaller on the front and maybe use those pieces. I'll keep this as a double because it can kind of snug in there. Okay, it's not, the interior filler part doesn't show as much. Take these and strip them so you have nice stems so that they stay in there and come on across the front. Okay, so that just sort of fills it in. You're building, you know, around. Don't worry too much about the back at this point. And I'm just going to lay in a few more pieces to kind of camouflage the foam. I'll turn it here in a second. Okay. See, that just sort of camouflages the foam. Now, I still have these, you know, to fill the back. Now, these cat palms are way bigger than we need, and sometimes I trim them, but I thought we'd go ahead and use them as, you know, big guys tonight. Pull a little bit off so that you have enough to go in and sort of go on top of your foam. This is going to give you a lacy bottom. Ignore this for a little bit. We'll use some of it, but again, I never can tell how big these are going to be, and of course these are huge tonight. If I was doing altar pieces and I needed them big like that, you know, they'd come in, you know. It's Murphy's Law of floristry. Okay, again, strip a little bit so that you have a nice point to put in, and again, that becomes the other side. Now, you can see I've tipped it forward a little bit, because if you put it in flat, visually you don't see it as much. But it's not turned right to the side like a paddle fan, you know. Okay, there's a happy medium. She's somewhere in the Midwest telling fortunes, as my father used to say. Okay, this one, give yourself a little more height, and then we're gonna go right into the back, but kind of to the side, one side, and I can flip this a little bit to the front. It shouldn't cover stuff up much. Okay. Then we can take some of the other pieces like so. There's no, I cut it right against the, so there's no little nubby there. If you take these pieces and just kind of gather them in like this, okay, and then when you put them in, you put it right down into the foam, and they kind of stay as little groupings.
So you kind of wrap them around a little bit?
Yeah,
is that what you did?
this is, I'm going to give myself a little more down here. Just kind of fold it and fold it and fold it.
Almost braiding it.
Yeah, kind of. They're just, it's not really crisscross, but I'm just holding it front and back, because now it doesn't have a blunt top to it. And by the time I push, see, these are the two that are held in front. By the time I push that into the foam, it's pretty much going to stay put. If I just put a piece like this, you know, it wouldn't be as effective. Yeah. So that's one reason why I didn't finish the back off yet, because I can see better where I'm putting it if I've got clear foam here in the back. Like so. Okay. So that's probably enough. I'd kind of like to have some in the front, which is gonna be a little harder to pull off because these are fairly big, but the two that I did on the sides, it ended up with some shorter stuff, so let me see if they may just be a little overwhelming to come straight out of the arrangement, but we'll see. No, that's actually okay. Yeah, it, and then two, this is hard foliage, so I actually can kinda, yeah, I can go in if you just trim like so. Don't blunt cut it, but just kinda make it, but that, yeah, that controls it a little bit better. But I kinda like some of that in the front, so let's go for another one. Just sort of get the shortest of the, which for this particular crop of cat palms, they're not very short. So I just do one that way and I'll go in and do one the other way. And then again, I can just cut it at an angle like so. So that kind of works. And this is like probably too much. I don't want to keep, you know, going to the back, so I'll just save that. Righty, then let's go ahead and see about getting our boulder foliage in. And I think I would kind of like the drama of having one of those up top. And you want it profiled so that, because this isn't going to do much for it. You kind of need to see through the hole. Okay? And then, again, I'm going to step it down. 1, 2, 3.
So they're all different lengths.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so to the side, they look like
Yeah.
little hair rollers.
And then, then this one, you know, you take it right off. If it's a little too wide there, you can trim it just a little bit so that your stem goes in, but it's a pretty smooth stem. Okay, and everything's planned in 3s.
Yeah.
In case you're, you know, no, you hadn't zeroed in on that. Okay, now we have this purple, because I figured we were going to need a little more purple. And so I want to...
It's going to be 3 different lengths too?
Kind of. But what it's going to do is it's going to finish off the bottom. So it's not so much the length as the, you know, the...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I'm thinking that this is a good place for the other one, because I still have more purple, and I just eliminated that wacky curve that I had. But I'm going to put 2 over this way. Okay? And then we have the deeper purple that's going to pull everything together. These have all got really nice breaks to them. If there's too much webbing on the bottom, you can just usually pull that off, but I don't think it's going to fight you getting into the, into the foam very much. I'm going to put some to sort of finish off. If you're ever in doubt as to where to go at this point, you can always work on your cuff. You know, always get your lower
Batteries.
things in. Okay, and the pieces, there's definitely backwards and forwards. So nice pieces like that will make a statement. Whoop. Uh-oh. But I can go in you know, nice and tight on that, and then actually I can have one come out a little bit further. The this isn't real dense because of how we greened it, so you should be able to work, you know, into the foam.
There's a lot of foam still showing.
Yeah, if you look real close, there is. And we've still got some leather leaf, so we can refine that somewhat, but it's not, you know, and around back, there's a lot showing because I haven't done anything with it yet. But there's method to my madness, not having you get so much in your way with the filler. And so I'm using this depth of color to pull everything in.
Yeah.
if you're ever planning anything for like the front of your church or synagogue or whatever for, watch out for this color and the blue delphinium and all. You can't see it. It blends right into the greenery. It works good in a close-up arrangement, but whenever brides tell me they want like royal blue and white on the altar, I go, no, actually you don't, because you just don't see it from a distance. Yeah, so just
Would not have
tuck
known.
that into your. I learned that, you know, just from doing and realizing that, oh, hi, that doesn't show. So, and you can go,
There's not enough contrast.
no, it blends right into the green, you know, from a distance, so that doesn't work so well. Okay, so around back, if you need to use some of this for filler, it can come in, you know, it won't show and it'll help fill. And if it's dragging too much, again, you can kind of give it a cut. But you should probably have enough of your leather leaf, and we're flat backing it, which means that things go in this way and this way.
So you don't want any dimension to it at all?
No, because for the most part, three-sided arrangements, that sideways, go up against something, or they just aren't seen from the back. So there isn't any reason to give it dimension. And go through with this. And when you're flat backing it, it also doesn't really matter if it's got points, so you can section it and use it again. So instead of putting that one piece in, it really wasn't gonna do much. I can just make it go farther by doing that. It actually sits in there better. See that, that's part of it.
Right up.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
just
it's
cover it
flat
right
back,
up.
yeah.
So any pieces that you have that have any kind of length to them, you can divide them in half if you're getting around back where you need to fill a little bit to the side here. Then if you've got holes up here that are bothering you, you can go in with the smaller pieces. And, you know, again, they don't have to be necessarily points. They can be little pieces like this. The daintier the better. Watch out when you're going in and around your white mums, because they shatter easily. And like so. So I think that the third of a bunch of the leather leaf is going to give you enough for filling purposes, because there's a lot going on in here that's trying to get in. Whoop. Hello. And under here. Okay. The trick a lot of times with getting things in is to like hold them out of the way and poke right in, and you've got to get your hand right in there. It's helpful because women generally have smaller hands than men. I remember commentating one time at an orchid show and talking about how I put the flowers in first and then added the greens, and the man that I was designing with, Louis Hensel, was telling everybody that his hands are so big he had to green first. And I thought that was interesting. I never really considered that, but okay. So there you go. And I still have, you know, so I can go around back with it.
Wow.
Okay, go play.
Oh, boy.
And this isn't a very big class, but I mean, sort of take turns doing your aspidistra at any given point. You can.
Is next week our last class?
No, that's the sample. Oh, okay. Okay.
Somebody's gonna swipe it.
Yeah, really. I thought Patricia
like-
was going to commandeer it there.
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
I'm
Okay.
going to carve my initials in it.
Okay, so take a good look at the back now.
Yeah, I'm just using up the.
Yeah, so you're putting in status in the
so it's-
back also. Flat back. Okay. My battery started dying during the
Uh-oh.
process. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Plug it back in.